What's up, everybody? Let's talk about this event grind. This could actually be a very important one, and we will go over that. But pretty much this is what I've just kind of been kidding around with. Earlier in the day, I was messing around with Lance Evil, seeing what I could do with that block chance stuff that I was going to research, because the block rate in this game is actually important to me. I do think there are some nifty things you can do with it. It just takes a little bit of engineering. So I have him in the mix just for that, and obviously we just got Lilibet over here, and pretty much, you know, Lilibet's there. Just you guys know why she's there, but I'm gonna have to switch soon. That's pretty much the point of this video. Is I'm going to have to actually switch this party up and try to become a little bit more aggressive about actually stealing items from this event. Because each one of these runs is costing 2 orbs. Alright. Now, I didn't know that this was going to be a priority. I was just going to kind of kid my way through this event. I do that right there. I throw this arc just out of bad habit, because I don't think I'm going to get the item drop unless I drop that first. But I'm obviously going to want to throw Beast Hunter. And why not? Let's throw a second Beast Hunter. And I'll try to use this rogue to at least maybe extort some items. He's probably doing the most damage anyway, of this party at least. So I didn't really notice what was going on in this event until somebody just brought it up to me. Shout out to SUCC, the Seuss, however you want to pronounce your name, bud. Thank you for pointing that out to me. Very important. I cannot believe that I almost missed this. And obviously it pertains to this event. Because right now, we can work on certain items, right, in the alchemy shop. But they require, I was kind of hoping one of them would drop right here. They require materials. And, you know, one of the ways of getting these materials is running through these events. I had some saved up, but I only had like 60 or 70 of them. I wasn't gripping a whole ton of them. I really wish I was today. And the reason I say that is because if you actually go into the alchemy lab, and this is what's pushing me to actually set up a farming party. If we go to enhance our equipment, we do notice that, you know, this gun up here, the covert gun, Trishula, is up in the mix, right? And I saw that and I was like, cool, you know, we can work on that gun. I didn't realize what tab I was looking at it in. Like, it just did not click. It didn't register that this is a limited tab, right? So that means that we can only work on all of these things for a limited amount of time. So anybody that has this gun right here, this is going to be top priority. It just really is. And for anybody that does not have this gun, hopefully you have some arc ether orbs and maybe you can grind this thing out. If not, right, they do have one of Lilibet's bows here, and you can, you know, you can power this thing up if you want to, or obviously I guess the third choice would be the gold Vulcan. And at this point, if you're powering these up, I wouldn't really go out of your way. I mean, you're probably struggling to finish the event if you're powering these items up. But at least there's something here that can help new players. You know what I mean? They're going to be able to spend their resources on something that's going to help them. It's not bad. We have the gold Vulcan here. This is like almost 100 strength. But it's giving you something to throw these into if you want to spend them right now. So at least they did that. This other one, the Thunder Drill, you could power this thing up. It's only a 3-star item. The strength on it is low, but it is Thunder attribute. The gold Vulcan is not attribute at all. So there's that. So this is limited, and pretty much everybody that has this covert gun is going to want to power this thing up to the max. It does take a lot of these though. Like, it takes a lot of them, and actually I think I had more than 70 of them because I managed to get this thing to level 15. But I just wanted to shed some light on this because if I overlooked it, there's probably other people out there that are overlooking it too. and just really not thinking about it. But there is something cool, especially if you're one of the people that managed to get one of these. And oddly enough, I was just talking about this thing. It definitely, in my arc video, this was one of the top arcs. And it was because of this, right? And I was actually feeding ether into the arc. And that is how I got this thing. Like, it did actually take some of my ether, and it was worth it. It was well spent, just in the nick of time. Like, I had no idea that they were going to actually let us power this thing up. But anything added to the strength of this weapon is going to go a long way for, like, the end of the game. You know, like some of the harder content in the game. Like, this is what you're going to be bringing, and for a lot of characters. Right, because this has an amazing trait on it that lets a lot of characters that are locked into one element with their skill kit, specifically, it's going to let them kind of not really care that they're tied down to just one element. And for some characters, that can be make or break, right? Like, either the boss has, you know, 80% damage reduction against you the whole fight, or he doesn't. And that can completely change the outcome. And we've already had bosses that ran around with 225 resistance to every element. Yeah, so I'm sure they will be bringing them back around, and it'll be a covert gun check. Like, pretty much you're going to need one of these. It really helps. And that pretty much is why that arc, we covered it, and I actually talked about it. It was one of the things that I was feeding ether into. So this is a good one. Now is probably the best time to get it ever, since you can actually work on it. You know, adding a little bit more strength might not seem like that big of a deal, but remember, this is what you're going to be taking to some nasty boss fights, where every single stat can add up. And man, some of the last Cloudia fights, especially the boss fights, I mean, they could get close. They get downright dirty close. So, you know, it is what it is, and that's what makes it such a fun and addictive game, IMO. So this is what's going on. Don't overlook it, because this might be important to you. This might actually really help you. Like, stacking an extra, you know, 30, 40 attack onto, like, your top tier build character to, you know, take into a top tier fight to get those awesome top tier rewards. This can help you. So don't overlook it. I've already been snoozing on this. If I would have known, I would have been, you know,